Well, we are back at it again. We have UFC Fight Night in Serbia. Uros Medic versus Daniel Rodriguez coming up this Saturday. Today we're going to be breaking down all of the fights, talking about them, giving our predictions. And without further ado, let's just get right into it. We're going to start at the very bottom of the card and work our way up to the main event. First fight is Stephanie Luciano versus Marina Spasic. Bro, listen, the names are going to be bad, bro. It's going to be bad. It's gonna be bad, you know what I mean? It's gonna be bad. But I am gonna go with Stephanie Luciano. Stephanie Luciano, she's kind of hot. She's kind of hot. If we click on her profile, she's won her last two, I believe. Or sorry, she's 2-1 in the UFC. Unanimous decision against Alencar, and got a sub over this Brazilian chick in her last fight. That's a good look. Split decision loss to Sam Hughes. A lot of people lose to Sam Hughes for some reason. It's kind of weird. Like getting fraud checked by Sam Hughes is just kind of like a women's MMA canon event. I don't know why, but that lets me know that she might actually be good because for some reason people that get fraud checked by Sam Hughes they are actually all right and end up sticking around. So I looked into this Marina Spasic chick. Um, I can see why Stephanie Luciano is the favorite here. So and 7-2-1 is a pretty decent record in women's strawweight. So plus she's cute. So yeah, we're going with her. We love Brazilians. Uh, your women are great. Anyway, so moving up the card, we have Jovan Leka versus Alexander Popik. Now, I pulled up some of the profiles of some of the guys that I bet most of us don't really know about on this card. I mean, I watch a lot of MMA. I'll watch like Invicta FC. I'll watch PFL. I'll watch a lot of different fighters from different organizations, but I don't know who the fuck these guys are. I'm not even gonna pretend that I do. I'm not trying to be hardcore here. I don't know who these guys are. Uh, Jovan had a contender series fight. Popik is making his debut. They're both making their official UFC debuts. Um, I looked into their records. So Jovan Lika, this guy's 13-2. He's 24 years old, very young, very big heavyweight, 6'4", 260. Finishes a lot of his fights. Has a good mix of rear naked choke, couple arm triangles, three arm triangles, multiple TKOs. He had a fight in Brave FC, or Brave CF, I should say. Um, One of his only losses is a title fight in Armada, and then he won a title fight in Armada. That was his last fight in April. Second round TKO win. He's never been finished in any of his losses. That's a really good look. We go to Alexander Popik. This guy's 34. He's smaller. He has a size disadvantage. He has been finished three times in his five losses. He does have more experience, and he does have a good variety of finishes. 14 finishes in 21 fights is a 67% rate. It's pretty good. A lot of the TKOs coming, in his first fights when he was fighting probably nobodies. I don't know what Octagon is. I'm sure I've seen people come from Octagon that are good fighters, but it's one of those Euro fight leagues. Um, but yeah, he looks like he's all right. I mean, he has a really good record, and he has a lot of finishes. But because of how that looks, I'm gonna go Jovan Lika by first round KO. Oh, and I guess I'll mention I'm picking Stephanie Luciano by second round sub, and I'm gonna go Lika via second round KO. I think, or sorry, first round KO. I think the fact that he's never been finished, he's almost 10 years younger. We know that younger guys are oftentimes the winners of these type of fights. Um, and I saw a little bit of his contender series fight. He looks like a decently athletic heavyweight. He's young. He's probably hungry coming in here. I mean, no pun intended. He's probably hungry coming in here. UFC debut, big card in Serbia. Got something to prove, and I do believe is he Serbian? Yeah, he is. He's Serbian. So this other guy's fighting out of Germany. I don't know if he is German or not, but he's Serbian and he's going to come in and have that home crowd advantage. And I do think he'll get a first round TKO. Moving on up the card, we have Haley Cohen versus Nina Milosevic. Ah, okay. I'm picking Nina Milosevic. Milosevic. Fuck. I'm picking her by unanimous decision. Haley Cohen, she's a tough cookie. She's a tough cookie. Um, she's a tough cookie. She's super jacked. Would. And she's got a 7-5 record. You know, I'm not picking a woman's bantamweight with a 7-5 record. I'm not doing it. I'm picking Nina Milosevic. Yeah, that's right. And she is Serbian too, so home crowd advantage. It's women's MMA. I don't give a fuck, dude. Moving on. Mateusz Rombeski versus Kyle Prepolek. I'm a big Rombeski fan. Yes, it's because he's Polish. I know this guy has had some tough luck in the fights. Okay, I get it. You know, he dropped that fight to Dawson. That was not a good look. He got totally out grappled by Grant Dawson. Um, he really did not look great in this fight. It was really shocking to see him get beat up by Grant Dawson the way that he did in moments of that fight. The Ludovic Klein fight, he could have won that fight. Right? He kind of fucked up by accepting the ground game when Klein had clearly broken his foot. That was a really bad decision. This fight with Chris Duncan's one of the best fights I've ever seen. This oral by fight's one of the best fights I've ever seen. The Ferreira fight, he probably should have won that. Um, but yeah, he got fucked up by Ferreira in the last couple rounds, especially. And you know, he subbed Roosevelt Roberts. I know his record looks bad, considering that, you know, he's like literally in these 6 fights, you know, he's 1-4 in his last 5. I know that looks bad, but these were all wars. Every one of these were wars. And he's just such an entertaining guy. And I watched Kyle Prepolek's fight with Benoit Saint-Denis, and he is really not good. He is really pretty bad. Um, in my opinion, and he's Canadian, which means he's extremely soy. He's 18-10, not a very good record. Yeah, I got TKO by Drew Dober, who Dober, you know what? I was gonna say that Dober's not the same anymore, but um, I don't think that would be fair to say considering his last couple performances. But Dober was looking kind of washed there for a second. Uh, but yeah, I'm going Rombeski. It's a pretty easy pick. Um, I think it's possible that he gets a finish, especially with his style. I could see Prepolek being tough enough to survive. Because let's look at these other fights that Prepolek has. Um, he did get TKO'd by Dober, but that was in the 3rd round, and I do think that Dober's technically better than Rombeski by quite a bit, and has a way better gas tank. Rombeski gasses out every fight, so um, you know, subbed by BSD, who's way better. I think Prepolek's gonna make it to a decision, but he's gonna be fucked up at the end of it. And Rombeski by default will be fucked up too, because he never comes out of a fight without damage. So, but yeah, I'm going Mateusz Rombeski in this fight via unanimous decision. I think it'll be a war. If he gets a finish, I think it'll be in the 2nd round. I don't think he is built to get a 3rd round finish with his cardio, but we'll see if he makes any adjustments. Uh, Denis Bajukha versus Bogdan Grad. They're both coming off 2 losses. The difference is Bogdan Grad's losses are just not really as bad. Uh, he lost to, yeah, Luke Riley and Muhammad Naimov. Whereas Denis Bajukha's 2 losses, um, he lost to Barboza and Marshall. I mean, I don't know. I think clearly Bogdan Grad has the more acceptable losses out of the 2. Luke Riley is an undefeated upcoming prospect. Losing to him is nothing to really like scoff at or anything like that. It's an acceptable loss. Um, and Muhammad Naimov is a cheating little bitch, but he's a decent fighter himself, so I am gonna go Bogdan. I think he is actually. I think the One Punch Man is pretty decent. He's the new Marlon Moraes on the block. You know, he's the new One Punch Man in the UFC. I think he, you know, I don't know, man. I think he'll win via grapple fuck or something. I don't know. I'm just picking Bogdan because Dennis Bazooka is not really very good in my opinion, and Bogdan has the more acceptable losses. I mean, this is really just battle of the mids. So, moving on. Borislav Nikolic versus Mark Vologden. Yo, okay. I looked into Borislav Nikolic. His profile's right here. Um, he's 16-2. They're almost all by finish. 7 TKOs, 8 subs. He's only lost twice, one by sub, one by decision. His last loss was in August of 2022. It's been almost 4 years, and it was to a guy named Gamzat Magomedov, and he lost. Oh, he got subbed by Brad Katona. E. Okay, I mean that's not so good, but listen, he's got a lot of knockouts and a lot of submissions. He finishes a lot of his fights. You know, I mean, if we look at the his competition, 12-5, 14-3, 9-1, 20-4, 6-1, he is beating guys with pretty decent records. Um, and a part of me would love to pick him because of that. Mark Vologden had that absolute banger fight with Martinelli, or Martinetti, sorry, on the Contender Series. One of the best fights of all time. This guy has so much heart. He's 5'3", but like holy shit, the amount of heart that this guy has and just how willing he is to go to war, it's actually insane. And his last fight was actually a draw. I don't remember who he fought though. Um, John Castaneda. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I remember that actually. Um, ah, I want to go the underdog pick here really bad. I like Mark Vologden, but I think he relies too heavily on getting in a slugfest, getting in a war. I was gonna pick him, but I am gonna go Borislav Nikolic just based on the record, how many finishes he has. Um, Mark Vologden, he really does rely way too much on making the fight close. And he is very small. Nikolic is 5'9" at bantamweight. He's 5'3" at bantamweight. It's a severe height and reach disadvantage he's at, and I really just can't pick him because of that. I'm sorry, Mark Vologden, dude. I'm a huge fan, but I can't pick him. Moving up the card, and I'll pick Borislav Nikolic via. I want to say Vologden's tough enough to make it to a decision, though. But that Martinetti guy he fought, he's decent, but he doesn't have power like that. If you watch Martinetti's last fight, can't remember who he fought. It was a banger fight. It was a sick fight. That guy is a sick fighter, but he really doesn't have power. Like he doesn't sit down on his punches enough. I'm trying to remember who he fought. Um, it doesn't matter, but I am gonna go Borislav Nikolic by probably second round TKO. Maybe a sub, but I can see him breaking Vologden just because of the size, the reach, Vologden's willingness to go to war. I think that will not be very good for him. Moving on, Oban Elliott versus Michael Oliveira. I wanted to go Oban Elliott here too, but I am going to go Michael Oliveira. I looked into his record, um, and just into this guy's career. A lot of finishes. He's actually 9-0. 8 of his wins are by KO. Some first round KOs in there as well. And on his Contender Series fight, he had a nasty left hook KO. He's got a lot of power, And I do worry about this fight for Oban Elliott because the reach of Michael Oliveira, 78.5 inches is 6'1". 6 foot 6.5 reach. Uh, and he's a black zillion. You know what they say about the black zillions. I don't know if he trains, well, obviously that gym isn't even a thing anymore, but he is a black zillion, if you know what I'm saying. Like, he's one of those guys. And, yeah, I've got Michael Oliveira by first round TKO. I hate to say it because I like Oban Elliott. I think he could maybe make it to the second round, but Oban Elliott, he is coming off of a loss. I'm trying to remember who he fought. Oh yeah, Jonathan McAuliffe. And then the Silk Ko. Silk Ko, however you pronounce it. Yeah, I don't know. I can't go Oban Elliott coming off two losses against a guy like this. I am gonna go Oliveira via first round TKO. It's sad to say. I like Oban Elliott. Sorry, MMA guru. Oban Elliott. But we can't do it. We're going Michael Oliveira. Moving on, prelim headliner. Holy fuck, this is a banger. Ludovic Klein versus Tofik Musayev. First of all, fuck Tofik Musayev. Fuck you, you cheating little fucking ugly rat. Oh, it's always these guys. Ah, I hate you so much. I hate all of you. Oh, I hate all of you. Ludovic Klein, please, dude, lock in. Slime this motherfucker out. Slime this motherfucker out. Do what Bahamondes could not do, bro. Slime him out. When you rock him the way Bahamondes did, slime him out, bro. Don't you dare let this greasy little rat take you down. Because he will fucking headbutt you and poke you in your fucking eyes and be a dirty little inbred rat like he is. That being said, Tofik Musayev has nasty ground and pound. Very nasty ground and pound. If this fight gets to the ground, Ludovic Klein's in trouble. He has struggled on the ground with Gamrot. He has struggled on the ground even against Rombeski. I know his foot was fucked, but just not a good look. But in the stand-up, Ludovic Klein is way better than Tofik Musayev, and I actually don't think Tofik Musayev has the game to like get it into the ground the way that he wants to. Like against Bahamondes, he couldn't get it to the ground. I mean, it was really not until he got knocked down and then Bahamondes followed him down there and then he got it to the ground. That was when he finally had success with the grappling. So I am going to go Ludovic Klein by unanimous decision. I think this fight has like fight of the year potential. I think this could be a fucking banger. But Ludovic Klein is very technical, nasty, nasty kickboxing. Very, very nasty kickboxing. All the kicks are lethal. Uh, Everything's lethal. Everything he throws is nasty. And I think the fight's obvious, right? Like Ludovic Klein has the stand-up advantage. Tofik Musayev has the advantage on the ground, especially with that ground and pound. The ground and pound is fucking nasty from Tofik Musayev, even if he cheats while he's fucking doing it. But I am still gonna go with Ludovic Klein via unanimous decision. I think probably a 29-28 unanimous decision because Musayev is good. I could see Musayev being ranked one day, as well as Klein. But I am going Ludovic Klein. Moving on. Now, I didn't know who any of these motherfuckers were. Milos Janicic versus Noah Gugnon. So they're both making their debut. Milos Janicic is 19-3 in his pro record. He has 11 wins by KO, 8 wins by sub. He does not go to the finishing bell unless he loses. He has one TKO loss, two decision losses. So if he beats you, he is finishing you. And that is worth noting. He is 29 years old. He is 6 foot tall at lightweight, so he's big, and he's pretty young, and he finishes all of his fights mostly by KO. That is a very good look. That is a very good look. I like seeing that from a prospect. Then we have Noah Gugnon, who's only 9-2, looks very stocky, very muscular. 25, so he's very young. 5'10", not as big um, as Janicic. He also has a 100% finish rate, so this fight is pretty much a guaranteed banger. And just like Janicic, he has one loss by TKO, and he only has one loss by decision. Um, he lost his first fight against another 4-0 guy, and then he lost his next fight against a 9-1 guy via split decision. So he had a close fight with a guy with a really good record. Um, and he's won 5 in a row, it looks like. Had quite a few cancellations here. I don't know if those are all because of him. I mean, this one canceled 3 times. I don't know what's going on with that, but 3-3, 10-3-1, 4-1, 6-1, 9-1. Pretty good opponent records. If we look at Milos Janicic, 26, 16-1. That's Cowboy Oliveira. I didn't know Cowboy Oliveira was even fighting. I mean, that's a vet, that's a guy with a lot of experience that he's beating. That's a good look. That is a guy that was in the UFC a long time. So these are custom rules fights right here, as well as this. It looks like dirty boxing. What the fuck? This guy was in dirty boxing on the Rosenstrike cards. Oh, okay, wow. That's rather interesting. 8-0 record. Looks like a lot of the guys he fought have really bad records though, compared to Noah Gugnon, who 9-1, 6-1, 4-1, and it looks like he's fighting, maybe not in the best organizations, some random European organizations, but he's fighting like real guys though, like real MMA guys, whereas Janicic, this Montenegrin guy, is fighting in dirty boxing and shit. So I don't know how good he really is. But this guy is French. Ugh. So I think by default, I'm going to go Milos Janicic because of the finish rate, uh, more experience, and he's not French. So I'm going to go Milos Janicic. It's a pick 'em. This is a toss up. And it's one of those fights that who knows? I mean, because nobody really knows these guys like that. Let's just be honest. Moving up the card, Vlasto Shepo versus Gilbert Urbina. I didn't even look into this guy. I'll just figure out on the night because I'm picking him. Gilbert Urbina is the worst, and I want you to like really look at me when I say this. I want you to understand this. Gilbert Urbina is the worst fucking fighter I've ever seen. Like, I'm not even joking. How does he even have 7 wins? Who let this guy beat them? No, genuinely. Like, I need to see who let this guy beat them. Okay, Brian Battle subbed him. Radke TKO'd him. Medish KO'd him. You, sir, you have an 8-2 record and you lost to this guy. He beat Blood Diamond. Just how bad is Blood Diamond? Just how bad is Blood Diamond? Holy shit. Um, yeah, I'm picking Vlasto Shepo. I don't got much else to say. This guy's shit. Moving on. Dusko Todorovic versus Robert Valentin. Now, look here, look here. I'm going with Robert Valentin. Here's why. So, I know Dusko Todorovic, he's coming off of listen, Daniel Medina is another one of the worst fighters ever. Just stands there and does nothing. Just waits to get finished. This guy, Todorovic, he lost to Zachary Reese. And he got slimed out by Mansour Abdul Malik, which, Mansour Abdul Malik's a young, explosive, hard-hitting guy, okay? Robert Valentin, though, if you look, he won his last fight, first round sub, in April. Getting right back on it in July. That's a very good look. Well, technically, I think this is happening August 1st, isn't it? Today's Tuesday the 28th. So this is happening, what, August 1st? I think. I can't do math, I guess. The Gautier fight. Okay? Yes, he got slimed out by Gautier, okay? But everyone's getting, they're all getting slimed out. Come on, man. I mean, it's okay. Todorovic got slimed out by Mansur Abdul Malik. They're like the same guy. Dude, Atiba Gautier and Answer Abdul fucking Ramadan, whatever, they're the same fucking guy. They really are. They're the same, really. Um, and this Torres Finney fight, dude, he should have won this fight. Torres Finney does absolutely nothing. So, I'm going Robert Valentin. I think Dusko Todorovic is shit. I think Robert Valentin is also pretty shit. Why is this on the fucking main card? I don't understand. Why is this on the main card, but this isn't? Ludovic Klein versus Tafik Masayev. Even like why is this okay? They just want people to tune in early. I don't understand it. I hope this is not the actual order. Moving on, feature fight. Alexander Rakic making his heavyweight debut against Marcin Tybura. Now listen, I'm not doing an ethnic bias pick here. I already did one. I'm going to do another. Just don't you worry. Just wait. I am picking Alexander Rakic. There's no way he's this bad. There's no way he's this bad. Losing to Ankalaev in a close decision in a competitive fight is not a big deal. Getting slimed out by Yuri Prohaska is acceptable, brother. Like, it is what it is. He looked good till he didn't. That fucking Azamat Mirzakhanov one. It's just unacceptable, brother. Like, quitting to a jab is just unacceptable. And what are you going to do when heavyweights hit you? I don't know. But this is Marcin Tybura. He's not a good fighter. Not a good fighter at all. So, uh, surely he can beat Marcin Tybura. Surely he can beat this guy. I know Rakic is on a 3-fight losing streak. Surely he can beat Tybura. There's no way he can't beat Tybura. I'm going Rakic via second round TKO. There's no fucking way he can't beat him. And he has nasty leg kicks. Rakic has very nasty leg kicks, and Tybura is very top heavy. And if he can just utilize those kicks, stuff the takedowns, brother, you're way more athletic than this guy. It's not like Ankalaev was taking you down and holding you down at will. It's not like, I mean, nobody's ever really done that to Rakic, like, at will. Like, it's not something that's happened to him a bunch. So there's no excuse for Tybura to be taking you down and blobbing you and mogging you. He's not mogging anybody. He's such a blob. Like, dude, Marcin Tybura, I mean, he earned his freedom from the Apex. I'll give him that. Like, he earned his Apex freedom, and we really respect that. We all love that. I mean, good for Marcin Tybura. He's a free man. He's not an Apex legend anymore. But I am going Alexander Rakic. He is also Serbian, which I totally forgot about. But yeah, this is a great card for him to make his heavyweight debut. He's had enough time from his last 3 fights, 2 of which he took a lot of damage. And he can come in bulked up, not cutting as much weight, refreshed, better chin, and way more skilled. He's way more skilled than Marcin Tybura and a lot of other heavyweight blobs. I think he should get a couple fights like this to start off his heavyweight career and then move up the division. And this will start him off probably getting a top 15 ranking. So, yeah, Tybura is somehow ranked number 12. So, I'm going to go Alexander Rakic by second round TKO. I think he might even get a leg kick TKO. Just because Tybura is so heavy and Rakic, that's like his best weapon. I could see him getting a leg kick TKO. Hey, I'm a genius if I predict that. I'm just saying. You all owe me a blowjob if I get that. Just saying. Moving on. Well, Unc. Well. Hey, we're back. We're back, man. Jan Blachowicz versus Navo Sterling. Hey, legendary Polish power. I've got the legendary Polish power via first round KO. No, in all seriousness, this is a really tough one to pick. Navajo Sterling is very good. He's a big guy. He's like light heavyweight Adesanya. He's like if Adesanya was really built to be a light heavyweight. He is quite good. 10-0. Big guy. 6'4". He's had very impressive performances in his recent fights. I believe his last fight was against Kutalaba. I believe that's his last fight, right? Now he TKO'd Cutelaba, TKO in his last fight against this bum, beat Rodolfo Bellato, the Oscar-winning actor. So he already has an honorary Oscar. And he did slime out Iwan Cutelaba, who's been on a very good streak himself. But he's never fought anybody the level of Jan Blachowicz. And a lot of the ways that Sterling has won some of these fights have been relatively unimpressive against the level of competition that he's faced. And I am still going with Unk Jan Blachowicz. I know Father Time is undefeated and Jan Blachowicz is 43, but Jan Blachowicz had a draw with Bogdan Guskov in his last fight. And now I know Bogdan Guskov just looked like shit against Magomed Ankalaev, but like we saw the way Bogdan Guskov looked prior to that fight. He looked like definitely a top 10 level light heavyweight, a guy maybe even capable of breaking into the top 5. Good speed on the punches, good power, doesn't get mogged in the grappling too bad, has some top game himself. Like Guskov looked like a well-rounded, slightly unorthodox, but still, relatively technical light heavyweight. And Jan Blachowicz won rounds 1 and 3. If there was any winner of that fight, it was Jan Blachowicz, and he almost had him out of there at the end. I think Jan Blachowicz still has it, and I think people are sleeping on Unk. I really do. I think they're sleeping on Unk, and I'm gonna go Jan Blachowicz via unanimous decision. I think he's gonna pull out a crafty one, but you know what? I could literally see this going like the Guskov fight and being a draw. Like, why is every Jan Blachowicz fight like a draw? Like the Ankalaev fight, the Guskov fight, dude, the Pereira fight, close split decision. Like this dude be like making every single fight super close, which is a big worry, actually, because he does struggle to separate himself in fights like this. Um, where I'm worried, if it gets too close, he's gonna, assign himself an L due to the judges. I don't know, man. It's a tough call. I am making an ethnic pick. This is a big underdog pick. I don't think he should be this big of an underdog, despite the age and the record of Navajo Sterling. And I get it, but uh, Jablovic, he has a win over Adesanya, and this is light heavyweight Adesanya. So this is a rematch at light heavyweight against Adesanya, kid. And I just think Jan Blachowicz is gonna pull it off, man. I really do. I think he's gonna go in there with that plotty, crafty vet style. He's gonna throw those big clobbering jabs and those crafty leg kicks, and he's got the best leg kick game in the UFC, really, like in terms of throwing them and checking them, like offensively and defensively combined. He's probably the best at it. And Sterling does rely on that as a part of his game. So he could do a lot of damage to the legs of Sterling, take away some of the movement. I'm just saying. People forget, man. Jan Blachowicz, oh, his shins are made of mahogany. I'm just saying, dude. I'm going Jan Blachowicz with the crafty vet. Unanimous decision win. Moving on, Uros Medic versus Daniel Rodriguez. This is an interesting one. This isn't the fight I wanted. I wanted Uros Medic versus Leon Edwards. I know Uros Medic wanted that too. I am going Uros Medic via round 1 TKO. I know Daniel Rodriguez has gotten better. He's made improvements. D-Rod's not bad. But do I actually think he's a top 15 level welterweight? No, not really. I really don't. I think Uros Medic beats a guy like Mike Malott. I think Uros Medic beats Daniel Rodriguez. I think Uros Medic would maybe slime out Leon Edwards at this point in Edwards' career. That's not a guarantee. I know Uros Medic in the beginning of his UFC career did not look so good. I think he lost his debut to I think it was an embarrassing one. Um, yeah, no, it wasn't that. Yeah, he got subbed by Jalen Turner. Now I believe that was actually at lightweight. But he's fought some good. I mean, yeah, he lost to Pinueli Soriano. That's not a good look. That was not even 2 years ago. Yeah, that's not a good look. But and getting subbed by Oral by is not really a big deal. Um, but since that Soriano loss though, three KOs in a minute. And the Muslim Salikov and Jeff Neal ones those are good wins. Those are very good wins. Um, I do have Euros Medic by first round TKO. I don't think it's going to be in a minute, but it could be. But I think by the end of the round, he's going to catch Daniel Rodriguez with something big. Because Rodriguez, the thing about D-Rod is he will get into exchanges. He will get a bit scrappy. Rodriguez himself does have some nice hands. He is crafty. He really is a crafty vet. But I do think Medic, being the younger, more powerful guy, is going to have the advantage on the feet with a guy like D-Rod. And I don't see this fight going to the ground at all. I don't see either one of these guys implementing any sort of grappling ground game at all. Neither one is known for shooting a bunch of takedowns, so I've got Euros Medic, first round TKO. Um, D-Rod does have a chance, I think if it goes to decision, I could see D-Rod getting the decision, but I do think Medic will get him out of there in round one. I don't think D-Rod's really that good, so but people forget, man, he was in Mexican prison, so maybe he vatos his way to the victory. Who knows? But yep, those are my picks for the card. Um, there's a lot of fights on this card, like holy shit. 6 fights on the main card, 8 fights on the prelims, 14 fights total. It's a big card. A lot of new faces. A lot of Serbians, of course, because it's in Serbia. A lot of Europeans on here. It's gonna be fun to watch, man, especially to see, what the new young talent is coming up out of Serbia, out of Europe. That's gonna be really cool to see. We got a few Polish fighters on this card. I'm hoping all of them can get a dub. Yes, even you, Marcin Tybura, because I don't actually like Alexander Rakic. But yeah. Looks like it's gonna be a great card. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the card on Saturday. And thank you for being here. Adios. God bless.